Right. Hello there, everybody. Um, I know this is also going out on my personal Facebook. um, what that's going to mean, I've no idea. I can imagine there'll be some school friends or some people just suddenly going, "What the hell? What's this all about?" You might know if you tune in to my live streams on a Sunday. Um, so this could be for you because I also do send the streams out on my public Facebook. But hello there. Um, I can also turn on the comments from the public Facebook as well if you want to say hi. There might be a little bit of a reverb for a second, but I'll turn that off. Basically, this is just an update. We have ourselves a couple of things I want to just announce and talk about. If you're watching in the States, well, half of you I'd like to say hello to. The other half, not so much. What on earth are you playing at? It's been particularly bizarre. Over in the US, and hopefully we'll get some kind of resolution to all of that in the next couple of days, and hopefully things will be of some kind of resolution coming soon. Little Red Ruby saying hi. Can I come and live with you guys, please? Listen, I understand you are not the only person to ask. Okay, I totally get it. Right. Like I say, a bit of an update because we've got a couple of things that are um, taking place and happening on the show, and it's something that I wanted to kind of get into because, well, basically, we're going into lockdown here in the UK as well. So there's things happening here which is prompting a couple of changes to what we're doing with the Talking Con show. When the lockdown happened in the UK over the course of the summer, I went twice weekly. I went Wednesdays and Sundays with my Talking Con show. The reason being, I wanted to open up a community for everybody. I wanted to kind of get everyone involved and so like rally around and have something to talk about. Considering that we weren't going to Comic Cons, we weren't going a great deal of places, and basically things were just in the air. And I didn't want to be kind of like a Pied Piper, but I certainly wanted to kind of have somewhere for the community to go to, certainly on the Sunday and then on the Wednesday. The way it actually solved a couple of problems was for myself and my own mental health. It gave me something to aim towards in the middle of the week. It's something which is proven that I really could have continued to do, considering that Um, I'm not currently employed. I'm not earning. My week is very vague because as a mobile DJ, that's not happening anymore. So it gave me something to aim towards. It gave me a direction, as it were. And I think that happened for a lot of people as well. So I was happy to, certainly over the course of the summer, do the bi-weekly shows. We're now going back into lockdown, and I've decided I put a poll out, and it was entertaining to see the results because a quarter of the people turned around and said, "You shouldn't do bi-weekly. You shouldn't stretch yourself. You shouldn't stress yourself out." And I was really touched by that. Thank you so much for people who were obviously thinking about my own well-being. Uh, then the three quarters of the people who took part in the poll turned around and said, "No, if you could go bi-weekly, please. Let's get this back to twice a week because then we have something for ourselves." And that I also understand. So I have decided that what we're going to be doing is we are taking the show back to bi-weekly. We're going to do it for now over the course of lockdown 2 here in the UK. So it's going to start next Wednesday. Same time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT. And we're going to do it for the 4 weeks of what would be lockdown 2 here in the UK. So that's the 11th of November, 18th and 25th of November. And then the first weekend, first Wednesday in December. So the 2nd of December. So it's 4 weeks. Next Wednesday, and then the 3 weeks after. That's the plan. Okay. We have yet to have guests lined up for this. So basically, I will be finishing up this particular live stream and then going straight to my contacts, my address book, and trying my best to get some great guests on. Admittedly, what I'm thinking of is actually aiming to get more UK guests. I know that I've kind of focused on American guests, and that's great. And for the Sunday, like I say, I'm going to kind of give you an update of some upcoming guests, which are really exciting. But I think for the Wednesdays, we're going to stay local. We're going to go UK guests. We're going to talk UK creators. We're going to talk people who are putting out comics, people who are wanting to put on Comic Cons, pop culture commentators. Yeah, I think that's where I think I'm going to aim for more the Brits or the Europeans on the Wednesday show. Admittedly, we could go completely the other way. We could just get everybody and anybody. We could get some pretty big superstars involved. Who knows? We're going to do something. But basically, we are coming back. I mean, even if it's just me talking to camera for an hour, which I think I can prove I can do. I don't know. But we're taking the show back to bi-weekly for my own state of mind, because I need something to do. I'm applying for every job going. I know there are one or two people who are going to roll their eyes at me and really kind of get a bit upset. I've even applied for Amazon warehouse jobs just to do something and to earn some money, because this is getting particularly bad. Yeah, I need something to activate the brain. I need to keep doing something. So there we go. I'm also going to basically ask off the back of that if you can support the podcast. Now, I've put here, please support the podcast by donating either super hearts on Periscope or super chats on YouTube, which you can do. I believe super chats are open on the channel. I think they are. But you can also, it says here, by watching the full streams exclusively on Patreon. The reason why I paused there is because just prior to me hitting going live with this particular broadcast, I was actually thinking over the course of the summer, I actually made everything just available. And the current setup is, I mean, if you're not too sure what I actually do with my shows, is this. I live stream every Sunday, 6 p.m. GMT, broadcasting on Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon. I then, after half an hour, I close the live stream down to the public live streams, and I continue the live stream as the full live stream for the Patreon supporters as an exclusive stream. It's my way of saying thank you so much to everybody who donates to the Patreon. I don't have a great deal I can give back to my Patreon supporters. I'm not a creative, so I can't share behind the scenes stuff. I can't put up exclusive art. I can't do anything exclusive rather than just giving the full live stream to the Patreon supporters. And then the audio version goes up the next day on the Monday. And like today, we put the full complete video episode uploaded. If you caught today's episode, it was the showcase of Story Worlds Media, which I would heartily recommend. Number one, we got some exclusive art to show you. Number two, we got some previews of the books that are coming out next year, and they look amazing. I also think I put some pertinent questions to Max and to Simon and to Ramsey regarding Story World's business model, the way it's going to treat its creators. I thought I thought I was kind of fair to them. So there we go. But that's the way that we're doing the show. So if you can support the show on patreon.com/EnglishmanSDCC, I would heartily recommend it. Please also go to the various channels, to the YouTube page, to Periscope, to the Facebook pages, and comment and like and subscribe, because they really do help more people find out about the show, and we can keep doing what we do. So anyway, support. However, the reason why I paused there is I'm tempted, and I'll be doing a bit more research about this, whether to have the Wednesdays and Sunday shows now just open as full streams. I'll still post them on Patreon, and you can dive in on conversation there. But I think I may just open up the whole stream and just make the whole thing just available. I don't know. I'm trying to decide about that. I want to find some way of giving back to the Patreon supporters, and I can't afford to buy T-shirts. I can't afford to give back stuff. I'd put up nudes, but I want to encourage people to come to the Patreon page and not scare them away. You get what I'm saying? So there we go. But we are going back to bi-weekly from Wednesday the 11th. Like I say, guess we are going to get sorted out from the moment I hang up from this. I'm going to start emailing people and just saying, can we please get you on? So there we go. But I do have some guests that we can talk about what's happening for the Sunday shows coming up, because we've got ourselves a nice cracking lineup of guests, certainly leading into the middle of December. So starting this week, we have ourselves the CEO or publisher. We have the editor or chief editor, both of them brothers, of course, Damien and Adrian Wassel. And we have the director of publicity and press, which is David Etsinyaki. We're going to be talking to the gang from Vault Comics. Vault is a comic house which, in a very short space of time, have managed to maneuver themselves, if not necessarily in sales just yet, but certainly in critical response, as a publisher of some incredible talent. They are putting out books from some of the best in the business. They are really negotiating. They're maneuvering themselves to really be major players. If you would not consider them major players already, which I do. Vault Comics, I have a lot of respect for. I'm up for it. So hopefully you're up for talking to them as well. Ensign Leardis is saying, I've just ranted for 90 minutes in a template for the Amsterdam office, so I think I could beat you. Well, you know what? It's not a competition, all right? Deal with it. Comic reviews, read-throughs. I don't think I'll do read-throughs. I get what you're saying, but I don't think I'd ever do read-throughs, because I want people to just read the book for themselves. However, comic reviews is not the worst idea in the world. The only downside I have to that is the fact that there's a lot of comic reviews sites out there already. There's a lot of people doing this on YouTube, and they're doing a lot better than me. I would heartily recommend you checking out Comic Tropes. I would heartily recommend you checking out who else? Comic Uno. Comic Uno I like a lot. There's a couple of others as well, but I'll come back to you on that one. It might be an idea. Leave it with it. Okay, so this Sunday then, Vault Comics. We are going to be having a show on next Wednesday. We'll work out our guests. We'll sort something out. Thursday, however, we are going to be having another incidental episode with somebody who has been on the show before. is somebody who, as the editor of Valiant Comics, is well placed when it comes to the landscape of the comic industry. She knows how to tell a story. Somebody else I also have a tremendous amount of respect for. So looking forward to talking to Heather Antos. That's going to be on Thursday, the 12th of November. So next Thursday. And then the Sunday after, so in a week and a half's time, and I've got to email them and just make sure everything's okay. Scotty Young is going to be joining us now. One or two people have been telling me Scotty is not particularly comfortable about doing podcasts, so I'm going to do my best to just make him feel at home. I've kind of spoken to Scotty at conventions, so we've had a conversation, so I think he might be relaxed. We'll see how it does. I mean, I personally would like to try and get him doing maybe his daily sketch on air, which would be amazing. But we'll see how it goes. Scotty Young, Sunday the 15th of November, of course, legendary artist. Looking forward to talking to him. Now, the name below you may not recognize. Sunday the 22nd of November, Mike Cecchini, or Cecchini. Cecchini, yeah. You may not know his name, but you know the name that he is the editor-in-chief of. He is the guy behind Den of Geek. Which is why it would be really cool to talk to him then, because by then we may know more about what's happening to some major releases leading into the final month of the year. So we're talking Black Widow, we're talking Free Guy, we're talking Coming to America, we're talking Wonder Woman. What will actually happen to those releases moving forward? Here in the UK, the lockdown comes to a close on the 2nd of December, which gives certainly cinemas 4 weeks to get their head out of their ass and get people confident and capable and sort of ready to get into cinemas again. That's worldwide. I think Mike's going to have a good idea and a good sense of what the pop culture landscape is. We're pretty good friends on Twitter. I've never spoken to him before. I'm really up for talking to him. That's Mike Cecchini. He's the editor-in-chief of Den of Geek, Sunday the 22nd of November. Sunday 29th is a special one for me because I'm a big fan of all four. I was also there pretty much from the start because I went to MCM London in the October, November of 2018. It was the first major convention that MCM had taken over. Repop had taken over of MCM. It was their first big kind of collaborative blowout, as it were. They brought some huge comics names over for that particular show. And they asked me to go down and host the comics stage, which I did, and I had a great time. They kept me busy. I was very, very happy. But also, I was kind of sharing hosting duties with a couple of other people from the MCM organization. Except there was one panel where they just went, okay, we're putting this thing on, but we weren't too sure who to get to host it. We spoke to the guys and they would like you. And I went, okay, what is this? At which point they told me the names, and I was familiar with all four of them, which is Alex Packnadell, Ram V, Dan Waters, and Ryan O'Sullivan. They had recently just come out as a collective called White Noise Studios. So we did a panel, and we talked about this collective that they had formed. We're now going to talk 2 years later, as all four of them have gone stellar. Ram V, Dan Waters, Alec Packnadell, all writing for the majors for either DC or Marvel. Ryan O'Sullivan doing incredible work for Vault and for others as well. I think he does some Marvel stuff as well. Is it DC? All of them are doing incredible creator-owned stuff. Alex has got Giga, which is out at the moment, which is stunning. You've also got Red Fork on the way, which I've read the first book of as a preview. It's fucking awesome. Ram's doing amazing stuff. They're all doing incredible books. I'm really up for talking to these guys and kind of like bring them all back together. White Noise Studios, that's on Sunday, the 29th of November. Sunday, the 6th of December, Amanda Deibert. She is an actress. She's a comics writer. She is a Twitter instigator. She's up there with Gail Simone in my mind, of somebody who just goes out and asks the right questions, gets the right conversations going, and is just a delight when she shows up on my timeline. But also just a really great writer as well. If you've not checked out her recent Wonder Woman books, which she did for DC, very very cool. Yeah, and she's also got some other stuff coming around that time. So looking forward to talking to Amanda Deibert. That's on Sunday, the 6th of December. And then on Sunday, 13th of December, we're talking an industry legend, Bob Fingerman, who's also got his own project around this time coming up. So he's going to give us a little bit of a preview of that. That's Bob Fingerman coming shortly. Other books as well. Oh, sorry, other creators that are on the way as well, because we've got one or two people who are kind of messaging me and just letting me know that they're going to be available. But we have got Blake Northcutt, who is somebody I'm looking forward to talking to, if anything, because of her perspective on creator-owned comics from a certain angle of comics creators, which I have not necessarily been too supportive of. She's somebody who kind of bridges the gap between the two, and I'd like to talk to her about it. But that's going to be in January. And we've also got Stephanie Phillips as well, who is an amazing comic creator. Looking forward to talking to her. That's probably going to be in December. So, some great names on the way. If you have any ideas of people that you would like me to talk to on Talking Con, now's the time. Do jump in on my social media, Englishman SDCC, and let us know who you would like to see on the show. I'll pester them. I'll try and get them on. I would love to try and get Gail Simone on at some point, but because we're going twice weekly, we may have more opportunity to do so instead of just trying to pin her down for a Sunday. So there we go. And then also we've got incidental episodes as well. I'll try and get as many more incidental episodes going best we can. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing. Once again, those certainly the upcoming episodes this Sunday, Vault Comics, Damien and Adrian Wassel, David Disanyaki, talking about the rise of Vault and what they've got planned coming up and what makes them Vault Comics. Because at the end of the day, it's all about creating your own individual style and story. They're a good bunch, and I'm looking forward to talking to them. Heather Antos is going to be our incidental episode next Thursday. Scotty Young is going to be our Sunday after, a week and a half's time. And then Mike Cicchini from Den of Geek. And I will learn how to spell or pronounce his surname by the end of that, by the time that show rolls around, I promise. But there we go. So once again, just to remind you, we are now going twice weekly, back with the shows on a Wednesday, starting from next week, the Wednesday, the 11th, 18th, and 20th of November, and also the 2nd of December. We may go beyond that, but let's see how many guests we can get on first. Let's see if we can make it worthwhile to do the Wednesday shows. We have done over summer, but now it's a little bit of a different ball game. We'll see how it goes. So that's the way it works with our lineup. As always, thank you so much indeed to everybody who supports us. I didn't turn the green screen on here, but you get the idea. Do support us on all of our channels, Englishman SDCC on Facebook and Englishman SDCC on all the other social medias where you can search and find us, of course. And then I do have the thing here as well, which I want to put up. There we go. Which is our Patreon supporters. I want to say thank you indeed for all of these people that support us. It's something that I'm incredibly grateful for. They again, keep this thing going. I've got the bill for all the cross-platform streaming, which needs paying. It's imminent. So let's put it this way: I'm waiting on a Patreon support payment to come through, which will pay for that. Which gives you an idea of where I am financially. Which means, please help, please support us. That's it. That's us. That's it. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I know that we've still got a couple of people who have jumped in and are watching at the moment. I appreciate you sticking around and yeah, watching this little bit of an update. I wanted to give you my thoughts on why I was going to go back with twice weekly. It's anything. It's just to keep my own brain up and running, because lockdown, if it wasn't for the twice weekly show, I would have gone slightly mental, or more mental than most. But now, let's see what happens as we go closer to Christmas. Let's continue bringing everyone together for Talking Con, a cup of tea with Englishman in San Diego. That's me. Do take care. Look after yourselves. If you're in the States, hopefully in the next couple of days, we'll have some kind of solution. I didn't think it was going to be that close. It is, for me, the equivalent of having half a country endure one hell of a shit show and then running straight back at full speed into the wall. But let's see what happens. Okay. See you on Sunday. Vault Comics, Damien and Adrian Wessel, David Isinyaki, as we do a bit of a showcase on Talking Con at Englishman in San Diego. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.